A war on free enterprise, private property, and individuals. And this started out to be a 35-page booklet, and I got about one chapter into it. I said, "There's no way this is going to be a 35-page," and so I just kept adding to it. I put everything I know about this issue in there. I didn't talk about population reduction and the education issues and so forth. I hint at them in the book, but I focused on property rights because as I go around the country and I talk about private property or I talk about Agenda 21 and sustainable development, it is such a massive issue. People can't wrap their head around it. They start to go down this path, and all of a sudden this issue pops up. Then they go down and they go, "What do we do?" I tell audiences all over the country, bring it down. Focus on one thing. They cannot implement Sustainable Development Agenda 21 policies without destroying private property. If you focus on private property, then you can begin to defeat it. And in your local communities, you can talk to your congressman, you can go through the president and so forth, but the chances of all this changing from that point are nil. Doing it on the local level, fighting at the local level, and it'll begin to move up to the state level, then it'll move up to the national level. I believe if you can preserve private property in your own community, you can preserve freedom as a nation. And this is what I talk about around the country. Now, I've had incredible response to this. 2 nights ago, on Amazon, it became a #1 bestseller in its category on Amazon. And thank you. I said to somebody when I first put it out, I said, imagine the impact if a book on sustainable development would hit #1. And what would the sustainabilists do? They'll go crazy.
Yeah.
5 o'clock today, we've got ads all over Facebook. 5 o'clock today, a woman wrote a thing on a comment on underneath the ad for it and said, "Don't all jump on the bandwagon for this. This guy's against environmental protection and he's for private property rights for the rich." Well, I am for private property rights for the rich, and I have a whole chapter in here about how the way you eradicate poverty is through private property ownership. So I want everyone to be rich. She seemed to miss that part. But I think this is going to be a very valuable tool to help activists, to help elected officials. We are beginning to make some moves forward. I'm getting more calls from elected officials than I ever had in my life. I got an invitation to address a state convention in Minnesota of county supervisors. Never happened before. They're starting to hear this. We are now getting ready to launch a private property rights network. And it's not a new organization. It's not going to be something where we become kingmakers here. It is where we can all network and share our victories, share our defeats. Don't ever do this, but do this. Sharing information with elected officials, helping to get legislation together, and so forth. This is what we're working towards. And I want to have thousands and thousands of people in this. We're going to start doing webinars to train local elected officials or local activists and so forth how to fight back. So this is a tool for that. That's why I wrote it, and that's what we're going to do. Thank you.